Some people have the wrong idea that if you have the right attitude, you'll never have problems. But in fact, in Jesus' list of the Beatitudes, he ends with one that is pretty difficult. He deals with persecution, with God's people doing the right thing and being treated the wrong way. But herein lies, I think, the ultimate right attitude. Listen to the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 5, verse number 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Did he just say that you're blessed if you're persecuted? That's right. Peter would later say that if you're persecuted for righteousness' sake, the Spirit of glory and of God rest on you. We want the Spirit of the glory and of God without the persecution. It doesn't work that way. No, all that live godly in Christ Jesus shall suffer persecution. What's he saying to his followers? Brace yourself. Know this, if you're a true follower of Jesus Christ, if you try to keep the mind of Christ, the right attitude, and live the right way, somebody's not going to like it. In fact, it's fascinating to me that the persecution comes immediately after he addresses peacemakers. Sometimes while you're trying to make peace, there is conflict and spiritual opposition. He continues, verse 11, Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Did you notice in verse 10 he said, Blessed are they. In verse 11 he said, Blessed are ye. You know, Jesus has a way of making things personal, doesn't he? You can read about the martyrs and hear about people around the world being persecuted and say, well, God bless them. Well, what about when it comes home to you? What about when family rejects you and friends talk badly about you and enemies come against you? What about that? Well, that's when you have to really exhibit the attitude of Jesus Christ. And what is that attitude? Matthew Henry said that Jesus said this one twice because it was so shocking. People said, did he really just say what I think he said? And so Jesus repeats it. But then he brings us to the attitude. What should be the attitude in the persecution? Verse 12, Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. What is the attitude? Don't be surprised. It's happened to others. It will happen to you. It's happened before. It will happen again. Know this. This is not the end of the story. I love this. The ultimate attitude is to look at eternity. The ultimate attitude is to realize the best is yet to come. In fact, these attitudes end the same way they started, with the kingdom of heaven. What does that mean? There's coming a day the Lord's going to make this attitude perfectly ours when he rules and reigns. Won't that be glorious? But until that day, may God help this to be our attitude in this new year.